dive into the fascinating mysteries of the Icelandic sagas, focusing specifically on the renowned Rauðskinna and the legendary figure of Egil Skallagrimmsson. Envision a time when magic was real and power was held in ancient texts. Rauðskinna, meaning red skin, was one such book, believed to contain profound dark magic. Now shift your focus to the towering figure of Egil Skallagrimmsson, poet, a Viking, and a man of strength. Born into a world of chaos and warfare, his life echoes the tumultuous era in which he lived. Explore his rich history, his poetic prowess, and his famed duels. Between the enigmatic Rauðskinna and the multifaceted Egil Skallagrímsson, we traverse the depths of Icelandic mythology, unearthing tales shrouded in the mists of time. This journey through ancient lore beckons the curious and the brave. Dive into this forgotten era waiting to be rediscovered. Stay curious, stay intrigued, dare to delve into the depths of history. Welcome to Thangs, adventurers. Today we journey back to the rugged landscapes of Iceland where legends whisper of dark magic and saga heroes. Today we unravel the mystery of Rauðskinna, the book of black magic, and Egil Skallagrímsson, the Viking poet whose life was as fierce as his verses. Join us as we explore these intertwined sagas of power, poetry, and the supernatural. Rauðskinna and Egil Skallagrímsson, Iceland's mysterious Tome and murderous Viking poet. The enigmatic Rauðskinna. Rauðskinna, meaning red skin in Icelandic, is a legendary book of black magic and witchcraft rumored to have been authored by a 13th century Icelandic monk named John Laerdi, or Learned John. The grim red leather-bound tome was said to contain powerful and dangerous spells for summoning demons, cursing enemies, and causing death. Its pages were inscribed with runes, sigils, and disturbing illustrations. According to folklore, Rauðskinna was buried with its author to prevent misuse but was later unearthed and coveted by sorcerers for its evil power. The book evokes Iceland's superstitions about malevolent magic. Tolkien's inspiration. Famed fantasy author J.R.R. Tolkien, while working on his Oxford English Dictionary definitions in the 1920s, encountered references to Rauðskinna as an Icelandic manuscript containing binding spells. This possibly inspired his creation of the fictional Red Book of Westmarch, appearing in The Lord of the Rings, which also housed sinister magic. Tolkien was drawn to Icelandic history and medieval literature. The sparse mentions of the mysterious Rauðskinna seem to have sparked his imagination about a legendary book of forbidden lore and dangerous enchantments. Origins in the 17th century. The earliest known references to Rauðskinna date roughly to the mid-17th century, centuries after the book's supposed 13th century origins. An Icelandic manuscript from 1643 lists Rauðskinna among the valuable books owned by a chieftain and passed down through generations. A 1689 account claims it was found in the coffin of John, buried at Viðey Island near Reykjavik. These sparse allusions, centuries after the fact, cast doubt on whether Rauðskinna truly existed or was merely invented as Icelandic mythical folklore. There remain no confirmed extant copies. Connections to Egil Skallagrímsson. Some accounts claim Rauðskinna originally belonged to Egil Skallagrímsson, a 10th century Viking warrior poet and the violent anti-hero of the Icelandic saga, Egil's Saga. Described as skilled in rune magic, Egil may have recorded his exotic pagan spells within the book's enchanted pages. He was known for ruthlessly cursing his enemies. The association of vicious Egil with the sinister tome enhances its air of malevolence and mystery. Scholars debate this supposed linkage due to the chronological discrepancy and lack of solid evidence. Searching for the lost tome. The idea of a lost book of black magic has fueled obsession with recovering the mythical Rauðskinna across centuries. In the 1930s, Icelandic psychic indices claimed it was buried at Modruvalir Farm. A team led by Sabine Baring-Gould excavated the site but found no traces save a pair of sheep's horns. In the 1980s, young psychic Egert Bream from Onundarfjordur envisioned it interred near Skeggi Mountain before his own puzzling disappearance. Tales of Rauðskinna provoke romantic visions of discovering forgotten forbidden knowledge. Cultural significance. While likely fictional, Rauðskinna endures as a prominent feature of Icelandic folklore about sorcery and strange legends. The rich symbolism of its ghoulish red leather covering powerful occult enchantments reflects Nordic cultural associations of magic, with runic letters and magical staves. Its mythic status affirms Iceland's enduring fascination with dark mysticism and otherworldly danger. Belief in the book's cursed power conveys superstitious attitudes cautioning against meddling with malevolent forces beyond human control. Egil Skallagrimmson, a murderous Viking poet. A 10th century Norse warrior and farmer from Iceland, Egil exhibited a dichotomous nature, brutally violent yet eloquently poetic. With his axe, he viciously killed a boyhood friend and many others over petty insults before cursing victims with magic. But he spoke and wrote stunning verse. Captured by Jarl Eric Bloodaxe, his extemporaneous poems so impressed Eric that he freed Egil. His saga describes shape-shifting, tomb plundering, and cursing a king's daughter dead. Egil personified the fierce, wild spirit of the ancient Vikings. Warrior code and dark magic. As an elite Viking, Egil adhered to a heroic warrior code requiring defending his honor ferociously. He embraced piracy and slaughter, excelling at maritime raiding. His berserker fury in battle terrified foes, yet he also mastered law, runes, and metaphysical curse magic to avenge insults and ensure his pride. Consistent with old Norse sagas, Egil's story intermingles realism with fantastical elements like clairvoyance, necromancy, and transfiguration between man and beast. His mystical side evokes ancient pagan beliefs. Legendary poet. Egil's temperament also encompassed creative sensitivity. Regarded as a great poet, he composed impromptu verse for amusement, attracting patronage, preserving his legacy, gaining legal settlements, and even saving his own life. The harsh Viking lifestyle, interclan violence, and survival in Iceland's harsh terrain all flowed evocatively through his poetry. Works included praise poems extolling patrons, candidly confessional dirges, and introspective loftur verse. He was commemorated in later Icelandic literature as an iconic skaldic poet, his works still appreciated today. Lasting cultural significance. As one of medieval Iceland's most vivid legendary figures, Egil Skallagrimmson remains renowned for embodying the stark contrasts of delicacy with brutality within Viking character. Stories of his bloodlust and mysticism capture Nordic beliefs in fate, honor, and the supernatural during the Saga age. Alongside his rhyme and metaphorical skill, Egil's primal fierceness and brooding intellect epitomize the rich cultural heritage of old Scandinavia, now mythologized in lore. His larger-than-life sagas evoke the Nordic past's untamed spirit. The bishop's unholy ambition. The figure of Gottskálk Nicolason, a 15th century bishop of Holar, stands central to the legend of Rauðskinna. Born into a devout family and succeeding his uncle as bishop, Gottskálk's life took a turn towards the dark arts, diverging from his ecclesiastical duties. Despite his religious position, he delved into black magic, aiming to create a grimoire powerful enough to control and even enslave Satan himself. This ambitious endeavor resulted in the creation of Rauðskinna, a book filled with malevolent spells. Gottskálk's life, marked by a blend of clerical authority and forbidden pursuits, reflects the complex interplay between faith and the supernatural that characterizes much of Icelandic folklore. Loftur's quest for power. Centuries after Gottskálk's death, the saga of Rauðskinna continued with Loftur, a figure equally fascinated by the dark arts. Having mastered Graskinna, another grimoire of black magic, Loftur sought the power contained within Rauðskinna. His attempts to summon the spirit of Gottskálk and acquire the book are emblematic of the enduring allure of forbidden knowledge. This narrative culminates in a dramatic confrontation at Holar, where Loftur's ambitions confront the legacy of Gottskálk. The tale of Loftur's quest underscores the theme of unbridled ambition leading to ruin, a motif prevalent in tales of magic and sorcery. The cultural resonance of Rauðskinna. Rauðskinna's significance extends beyond its contents. It serves as a potent symbol of the interplay between power, knowledge, and the supernatural in Icelandic culture. Its creation by a bishop and the subsequent legend of Loftur's quest for the book illustrate the deep roots of magical beliefs in Iceland's history. These stories, while potentially apocryphal, underscore the rich tapestry of folklore that shapes Icelandic identity, reflecting societal attitudes towards the supernatural, the dangers of unchecked ambition, and the complex relationship between Christian and pagan beliefs. In conclusion, although likely embellished, the myths of Rauðskinna and Egil Skallagrimmsson preserve enduring elements of medieval Iceland's cultural imagination, fascinations with sorcery, and affinities for vivid storytelling. Their legends dramatize the era's superstitions and sense of dark wonder. Their narratives speak to the timeless allure of mystical secrets and brilliant saga characters like Egil cutting raised runestoves drenched in blood. The legends of Rauðskinna and Egil Skallagrímsson invite us to ponder the complex fabric of history, mythology, and the human psyche. These stories, rich with elements of dark magic and heroic feats, challenge us to consider the nature of power, both earthly and supernatural, and the legacy of our ancestors. How do the tales of Rauðskinna and Egil reflect the cultural and spiritual values of Norse society? What can the enduring fascination with these legends tell us about the universal appeal of stories that blend the real with the supernatural? As we conclude our voyage through the mists of Norse mythology and Icelandic folklore, we leave behind the world where magic and might intertwine, where Egil Skallagrimmsson wields his axe as deftly as his words. What truths lie buried in these tales of ancient runes and cursed tomes? Share your thoughts and theories below, and if there's another saga you wish us to explore, let us know. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more adventures into the heart of darkness and light. Until next time, may the sagas of old guide your path. Thank you for watching Top Thangs. References. For further reading and detailed sources, you may refer to Bioc, Jesse, Viking Age Iceland, New York, Penguin Books 2001. Dillman, Francois Xavier, Magic and Medieval Manuscripts, Los Angeles, Getty Publications 2016. Jesh, Judith, The Viking Diaspora, New York, Routledge 2015. Kellogg, Robert, The Sagas of Icelanders, New York, Penguin Classics 2000. Sefton, John, Icelandic Folktales and Legends. Charleston, Tempest Publishing 2006. Ancient Origins Unleashed, Glyn Hnutu Heel. History, Alchemy and Me. Rauðskinna, The Famous Icelandic Book of Black Magic, Glyn Hnutu Heel. History, Alchemy and Me. Adventures of a Mage in Miami.